Okay, so the coffee shop I was gonna go to was closed, so I had to walk all the way around town to get somewhere else, but I just had a coffee meeting with Mark J. Lindquist, who spoke at my school while I was still in it in 8th grade at Liberty. He did a big motivational speech about being an entrepreneur and following your dreams.
Happy birthday, dear Madison!
It was really cool meeting him today because when I first saw him on the stage at my school, I was just in the audience of hundreds and hundreds of kids, and I wasn't an individual. I was just part of the audience. And then on the stage, I thought, this guy, I want to be like on this guy's level someday. Move your mindset up. Amazing things can happen. I moved my mindset up to the level of this guy, and he just had a coffee with me, and we talked, and we had a really nice conversation. And if I didn't put my mindset there, if I kept my mindset as a normal 16-year-old student, I would think of him as some adult who's doing what he wants to, and I shouldn't bother him because he's a big deal. But if you put your mindset as the same, you can have a nice conversation with these guys. And these guys have great advice, and a lot of times they really want to help you, but they wouldn't be able to if you never reached out and contacted them. Right now, mostly my daily schedule is free coffees with really awesome people. And it's where I really want to be right now. It's great. So no reflector. Reflector. Shit. We live in a world that constantly reminds us of everything we don't have. We turn on the TV and watch a commercial enticing us to buy the latest and greatest gadget because without it, our lives would not be complete. We open the Sunday newspaper and scan ads trying to convince us we are missing out on the best deals. Each time we start to focus on what we don't have, our lightheartedness becomes heavier and heavier. The key is to focus on what we do have by practicing an attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude is more than repeatedly saying you are thankful for your family, your friends, and a roof over your head. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely show appreciation for those godsends. An attitude of gratitude recognizes all the blessings life holds. What if I challenge you to list 1,000 things that you are grateful for? An impossible task, right? Wrong. The impossible becomes possible by developing a simple habit. Each day, write down 3 things you appreciate. Include big things like getting a brand new car, include little things like someone holding the door open when you had your hands full. If you follow this easy task, by this time next year, you will have more than 1,000 on your list. You also have discovered that by focusing on what you have, you access more joy in your life. Today, begin to live a life of thankfulness. I will live with an attitude of gratitude. That is from the book Joy Notes, 90 Days of Delight by the lovely Dawn Kaiser. I am friends with her. I did a video of one of her speeches at the Women's Expo. Okay. And, yeah, she wrote this book. I got this. She signed it saying, Tim, today be a rock star and keep living your dream. You're amazing. So, I think this book's on Amazon and stuff, but I've had it for a couple weeks, and today was the first time I read the first page, which I just read out loud. For 90 days, not in a row, but each page is 1 day of notes from her, and the reason I even bring the book up at all is that's basically what the Daily Mail is. It's not every day in a row, but it's, self-observation and self-reflection in a different format than a book. It's in a video form. Work is work, you have to do work to get to where you want to be. There's no other way to do it, and if you complain about it, then might as well just not do it. Either do it or don't do it, but if you're gonna do it, don't complain about it. I'm not saying I'm great at my own advice, I'm terrible at it, but I'm just saying what I think I should improve myself on, and that's really what this channel is all about. The channel's like 5 years old. It's literally like 5 years old, and I haven't been posting until the last year, and I regret that. Even though, I don't know, I would have sucked at doing video when I was 11, so it's fine, but this channel is 5 years old, and it should be used, I guess, and this is me using it. I think there's slightly more publicity towards it now, and I want to make good content that I'm proud of, and I'm proud of this. The Daily Melee, this is what it's all about. Shit, I mean, thanks for watching. Leave any feedback that you possibly can. I feel like this is part of the problem of a lot of YouTube channels is there's not enough of community engagement, and I will reply to any comment ever, or any text, or any Facebook message, or friend request, or whatever. Just anyone watching this, talk to me. I want to hear what you think about literally anything. I like talking to people. Leave any comments about anything you want to see different. Leave any comments about anything you like. Leave any comments about what your day has been. I'm interested. I'm very different from who I used to be. That's just what happens in your teenage years. Every year is detrimental. I mean, you can be unrecognizable in 6 months at this age because just the development is crazy. But I think I'm on the track I want to be now. Or since I started the channel, actually, I've been going towards the person who I wanted to be since as long as I can remember, and I'm pretty much where I wanted to be as an adult. Even though I'm only 16, this is what I wanted to be doing. This is the person who I wanted to be. But there's always room for improvement. I'm not saying that I'm, super wise or anything, but this is a perspective that isn't seen very often. The 16-year-old, or even more unique, the 16-year-old entrepreneur. Like, that's not, I don't think there's any perspective on that whatsoever on YouTube. It's not about getting a lot of people to watch it. It's just, even for myself, from 10 years from now, looking back, seeing where my mind was at as a teenager. I don't know where I'm going to be 10 years, but hopefully I'm doing what I want to be doing. And hopefully people are enjoying this perspective, whether they agree or not. Hopefully it's entertaining to hear a different perspective on various issues. And I think I'm not afraid to make the videos that I want to make. God damn, how do I structure this? I'm not I can't figure out what to say. I'm not afraid to vocalize my outlook on life anymore. It's mainly a nervousness thing in a lot of teenagers that we feel like we aren't being heard, or people don't care, so we tend not to, vocalize opinions or talk about outlooks on life. But that's what I want to do with this channel. Whether you agree or not, I'm sure it's interesting, and I want to share my outlook on life because otherwise it's too late. This is the only chance I have before I lose this outlook. I mean, I'm not going to be 16 forever, obviously, so I'm going to share everything that I possibly can now, and then for future me or anyone watching, it would be interesting to see how things change for me. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it short there. I think I'm gonna be as raw as I possibly can, and this is pretty raw. Yeah, Daily Mail is a good idea. I think it makes me work harder, procrastinate less, become better as a person, be more spontaneous. Basically, the Daily Melee is the best idea ever of all time. So that's time to edit my weekend Daily Melee. Yeah. Yeah.